Hello all, it's Andy from Blitz Gaming. I hope you're all having a great day. Today's video, Windows 11. We're not testing Windows 11 itself and how it works. What we're going to do, we're going to test games, lots of games. Now I am running Afterburner, so you get a frame rate, but we're not doing a comparison for Windows 11 versus Windows 10. We're just showing you games what are working at the end of the day. And we've got basically about 28, 29 games to go through. So, let's see how it runs. Horizon Zero Dawn. At the end of the day, 720p. It's a great hack and slash third person game. It's a bit fuzzy, but that's because it's in 720p. At the end of the day, it has no problem running in 1080p, but if you run in 1080p, at the end of the day, it has the same problem if it was under Windows 10. The graphic card we got in there, at the end of the day, it just won't run at 1080p, it's just too slow. Mafia 2 runs fine, just like Windows 10 with the graphic card. I mean, we all got in 1080p, everything turned on, except anti-alias on. Again, just works fine at the end of the day.
There's a body shop. They provide the kind of services we're looking for.
Hey, that don't sound cheap.
Don't worry about it. I got it covered. Just find any body shop. I know the guy who runs them.
Slow down!
Shadow of War, great hack and slash game, can't go wrong. A lot bigger than the first one, but it plays just as great at the end of the day, in some ways better. I mean, the first one's great, we also benchmark that in this suite later on. But it's a great game, at the end of the day, what are we doing, 40 frames a second best at the end of the day. I mean, it's not great, and we are on low settings, but well, at the end of the day, it's about getting the game to work. We're not really here to say, okay, what you should play and what you shouldn't play. We're here just to test what games work with Windows 11 at the end of the day, not how fast they go. Because at the end of the day, Windows 11, you've got to remember, it's still in beta, and there's no drivers been released by AMD, Nvidia or Intel yet for the operating system. Path of Exiles. I mean, this is not a bad game, and that's free. At the end of the day, grab it while you can. It's a good role-playing game. At the end of the day, game played fine. I had no problem setting it up, working with Windows 10, sorry, Windows 11. Getting the same sort of benchmarks as what I was on Windows 10. At the end of the day,
Just what is your deal? What's the deal?
Hey, what's gotten into your head?
Hey, let's talk about this. Arthur.
Red Dead Redemption 2. The game seemed to be okay. I played it for a good, I don't know, half hour, 40 minutes testing it. Worked fine. Getting a similar sort of speed from Windows 10 in Windows 11. So, no difference there. I couldn't see no graphic glitches. At the end of the day, seemed to work fine. No problem.
Give me back my legions! You are walking into a trap,
Rome 2, Total War. On this one, fine. At the end of the day, we've got this in 1080p with very high settings. It looked great. Again, fantastic. At the end of the day, I mean, considering the system specs we're running, we're on a, don't forget, we are on a Pentium Gold dual core and a Radeon Graphics 550. Run fine. Now we have got the others on there as well. We have got Warhammer and Troy, also on this bench suite. So yeah, it's a game worth playing. Still Division 2. Now this is obviously updated from the number 1. There's no reason why number 1 shouldn't play. But if you like a good, very hard strategy game, World War II strategy game, this is it. It's a very hard game to play. And you know, it's a great game, but it's extremely hard to get into playing. I mean, it's in one fine, but this is not the biggest map, and I ain't got thousands of troops, which you can have at the end of the day. Skyrim Special Edition. Old game now. Everyone loves it, especially if you modded it. It seemed to be played fine in the beginning, but you know, Skyrim, if you played it long enough, you know it's buggy anyway. It crashes every now and then. We've got no mods on. At the end of the day, can't complain. Got decent frame rate. At the end of the day, it's a game. It's one of those games you love. At the end of the day, if you either like it or you hate it. Yeah, but it's a fantastic game worth playing.
Ulfric Stormcloak, the true High King.
Ulfric, the Jarl of Windhelm? You're the leader of the rebellion. But if they've captured you... Oh gods, where are they taking us?
I don't know where we're going, but Sovngarde awaits.
No, this can't be happening. This isn't happening.
Hey, what village are you from, horse thief?
Why do you care?
A Nord's last thoughts should be of home.
Rorikstead. I'm from Rorikstead.
General Talia, sir. The headsman is waiting.
Good. Let's get this over with.
Sure. Mara, Debella, Kinnarev, Akatosh, Divines, please help me.
Look at him. General Tully is the military governor. And it looks like the Dalmor are with him. Damn elves. I bet they had something to do with this.
GTA 5. Run fine. We maxed up the settings. Turned on the LAs off. With it on, it just died. But we've got every setting on max out. All the slide bars up on turned on. It runs fine. At the end of the day, I mean, I played these games for about half an hour just to make sure they're working. Never crashed at the end of the day, so all going well. Again, it's a great game. People still play it today, and it was updated, what, 2 weeks ago? The online version.
What the hell is going on?
Jesus!
God's sake.
Residents of Sanctuary Hills, if you are registered, evacuate to Vault 11 immediately.
All participants, head this way.
Fallout 4. Got no mods on. Running 1080p max settings, just like Skyrim. It's the same engine. I mean, it ran fine. I mean, we played it for half an hour, running around, doing all sorts of stuff. Getting out the old bunker. I mean, it's a great game if you don't crash. Again, it usually crashes down to Bethesda's crappy engine, but at the end of the day, the game itself is very good. At the end of the day, when it don't crash.
You two, follow me. Come on.
What's gonna happen to all those people outside the
We're
gate?
doing everything we can. Now keep moving. Sir, we need to send you down to the vault. Step on the platform. Step on the the platform! In the center!
Almost there. We're gonna be okay. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too.
Oh my god!
Hold on!
In position, but I'm exposed here.
It's better than nothing, but see if you can't find a safer position further out.
Xcom 2, and then day, great strategy game. If you like this sort of stuff, it's a lovely game. Takes a long time to play, long time to get used to. And there's a lot of ways to play it. At the end of the day, now I've got it on low settings. I think when I try to put the settings up, it really tankered in frame rate, but it looks fine at the end of the day. There's not a lot of difference between the two.
We'll only get one shot at this.
In the shadows. Staying low.
Don't get too close. They'll be spotted for sure and we'll lose our advantage. They may have the numbers, but we've got surprise on our side. Hopefully that's enough.
Remind me to thank the old man.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Great game. 1080p, low settings. At the end of the day, I mean, it's a demanding game on the graphic engine, even though it's quite old. And they are planning to update it with ray tracing in the very near future. So it's a game. It's old, but they keep updating it, and that's why it's still demanding on modern hardware. Even though we are running a dual core and a lower end graphic card, but it plays fine. At the end of the day, I don't need to see any major slowdown after me running around, going up to the city. At the end of the day, I mean, it plays fine for what it is. It looks great, can't complain. Warhammer 2. This is quite demanding of the Total War series, with all the magic effects going off. This is in 720p, high settings mind you, but it's a great game. I mean, if you like the Total War series, this is a special one with all the magic you do and so many factions you can play. It's fantastic, really. Very hard to play, mind you. Very hard to win. A great game. And it seems to work fine on Windows 11. At the end of the day.
Da! Artillerie anvisieren!
Wir haben hier eine Menge Gegner, Kommandant. Gnade ist Schwäche. Ich werde meine Mutter stolz machen.
And before you all have a panic attack, Battlefield 5 seems to work fine. Don't see no frame drops or anything different from Windows 10. And they just look just as good. Don't see no glitches. At the end of the day, Again, we've got to remember, we are on a dual core Pentium Gold with a Radeon 550 at the end of the day. Works fine. Now, okay, this was one of the games where the AMD driver did crash out, but you've got to remember, as I said earlier, Windows 11 is still in beta and there's no official drivers. So, at the end of the day, this is just to show that what games actually work at this moment in time.
Sie sind getroffen, fahren aber noch. Wir werden es nicht schaffen. Treffer, aber die Panzerung hat gehalten.
Anton 1. Feindliche Panzerdivision versucht, den Platz zu umstellen. Sofort an...
Okay, City Skylines, something new. Don't usually benchmark this, but this game, it can be quite CPU intensive, especially when you got literally a few 100,000 people and full-size city. Yeah, it can be very, very complex. Now, I don't have a full-size city at the end of the day, so I can't say what it's going to be like when it's maxed out. But at this moment, we are running at 1080p on max settings. And at the end of the day, it's just about seeing if the game will work. I don't know what the frame rate was because Afterburner refused to work with this game. It's something I need to look into if I want to use it as a benchmark in the future. Control, new game out. We've got in 1080p, low settings. It looks great in low settings. It all supports ray tracing if you want to know that. If you have a high-end card, I mean, it runs fine at the end of the day. For what I've seen, I mean, I've only just started it, so I can't see where the most complex part of the game is, where all the action is. But it seems to be fine at this moment, running on the frame rate at the end of the day. But it seems to work. It looks fine on Windows 11. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, I ain't really played this yet because when it came out, I thought it went like a crap, well, it looked rubbish, and at the same time my RX 480 blew up, so I couldn't play anything at the end of the day, and when my car blew up, it may be the reason why it looked rubbish at the end of the day. So I may play this next week on this system to see if it's worth playing at the end of the day. I know Odyssey works fine at the end of the day, but I'm quite happy to give this a go next week, play it for, I don't know, a couple of hours, Try and get to Britain and see what it looks like at the end of the day, because obviously we're doing the inbuilt benchmark, and obviously inbuilt benchmarks never really show you a way a game really plays.
Let's try this way.
Baldur's Gate 3. No, it's still in early access, so it's up to you if you want to buy it or not. It seems to be okay, but it does crash. Got to remember, it is early access at the end of the day, and I could not get it to run at all in Vulkan on Windows 11. Now, I'm pretty sure it ran fine when I had it on Windows 10 in Vulkan, but I can't remember that far back. And you got to remember, there's lots of things missing out of the game because it's early access. Now, this is planning to have AMD's FSR added soon, so that'd be good. So that'd be even quicker. Okay.
Need to keep going. This way.
More survivors. They're trying to dig somebody out of the wreckage.
Rocket League. Now, I've never played this game. I've only had it for, I don't know how many years I've had it. Yeah, but I've had it. I thought, okay, I'll test it on this game as a benchmark and see if it works for Windows 11, and it played fantastically. Now I've got it on high settings, 1080p. I mean, you can see it flies at the end of the day. I mean, it flies. Now, I couldn't get Afterburner to run. Afterburner just refused to run in this game. They probably class it as a cheat, so I'll have to check how you get around it if I want to benchmark it in the future. But you can see it's running fine. I mean, we've got a built-in benchmark on the right-hand side there. But it does, it flies at the end of the day. I mean, we're on a basic PC, dual-core with AMD's RX 550. And Rocket League absolutely shifts. CSGO. We're in 1080p, low settings to be competitive. You can see we're doing well over 100 frames a second at the end of the day. I mean, it plays well. I can't complain at the end of the day. Unfortunately, it don't make me play well, but in the game itself. It's got a good frame rate. At the end of the day, it's not slowed down. I mean, I played it for I don't know, a couple of hours on the old matches. Yeah, played well. At the end of the day, can't complain. No glitches here.
Stack up on me.
Now, if you want to play a game that gives you a bit of a heart pounding, makes you jump, this is it. Alien Isolation. And then I played around with this for 25 minutes, see if I can get to crash. It played fine. At the end of the day, I mean, it looks fantastic. I couldn't really complain with it, really. Again, it's a great game. I mean, it's old, but it's a great game. It certainly gets your whole what do I do next attitude.
Stay back! Shit! Guys, over here! Someone's here!
Ghost Recon Wildlands. Works straight out of the box for Windows 11. Had no problem running it. Same setup with Windows 10. 1080p, low settings. It's a demanding game, as you can see with the graphics. Great game if you like strategy games.
Above. You ever seen anything like this?
I have, I'm sorry to say.
Listen, we're going to cut down the guns up by that windmill. Give our boys some room. That's our cue.
Battlefield 1. Game works straight out of the box. Had no problem playing it at all. And today it's got similar frame rate as on Windows 10. Game runs fine, great story in the game. Plays great. I mean, at the end of the day, if you like this sort of stuff, I don't know how many people play this one now. I think everyone's moved over to number 5 and soon to move over to number 6 at the end of the day, but it's great, as I said, story mode. Now I don't know what it'll play like in PvP mode. I mean, it might be a bit different because obviously you're going to get lag from the internet itself. But otherwise, it runs fine. At the end of the day, well, it runs at a playable rate, but ideally, if you're playing PvP, you'd want way higher frame rate than what we got on here.
back. Hold position here. Clean out all the German guns. Come on! Fred, don't give up left and forces!
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, 1080p, low settings. I mean, it looks great at the end of the day, even in low settings. I mean, truthfully, you might want to go down a notch on the resolution if you could. At the end of the day, try and get the frame rate up because it does have a few dips every now and then. But out of the box, it works on Windows 11, so we can't complain. And you've got to remember, it is a budget build, dual core Pentium, running on an RX 550. But it looks good, plays great at the end of the day, and I do think this looks better than Valhalla. But I've got to get into Valhalla. I've got to get to the UK in it and see what it looks like in the cities. Because at the moment it looks a bit boring and it don't look very good. It's like having lots of snow, but it don't look very good at the end of the day. Division 2, great game, nice open maps, good if you want to play multiplayer. Again, worked fine out the box. I'm using the built-in benchmark in this one, if you're worrying. Going at the end of the day, I don't see no problems running at all with Windows 11. At the end of the day, again, it's great if you want to play as a team. It's just a great game overall, and it seems to be fine with, as I said, Windows 11.
Okay, here we go.
Euro American Truck Simulator. I play fine out of the box, but SCS who make this game, they update this game regular as clockwork. Even though it's like 5 years old, they always bring out expansion packs, and again, they bring out updates literally every month. So you can guarantee this will literally work properly as soon as Windows 11 comes out. Now I'm running it in ultra settings, but to be honest, it's too high. You want to go down one notch to high settings at the end of the day. Otherwise, it looks fine. It played fine at the end of the day, but you can see where it drops down a bit at the end of the day. So yeah, high settings is probably the thing for this graphic card and CPU setup. Oh, and don't forget you can play multiplayer now. At the day, I think you can have up to, I think it's 6 or 8 people together, which apparently they're going to change to even more people doing missions. So that's a bonus.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left. Get ready to turn left. Never mind. I'll find a new route.
Planet Coaster. You may not realise, but this game is a number cruncher. At the end of the day, you got all these peeps walking around, and when you get a big park, at the end of the day, you get to about 8,000 people. Your computer starts to die a sudden death. Now I've actually tried it. I ain't got 8,000 people park since I built a new system, so I don't know what it's like with a Ryzen 5900X with a 3080 graphic card, because I've had problems with the game. But it's a great game to play if you like this sort of build game, theme park game. It's fantastic, and then they've got Planet Zoo to go with it as well, which is an updated engine.
Let's go to the main entrance. There's a good shooting position there.
Metro, Last Light. Now this game's old, but it played straight away, no problem, for Windows 11. And today, we're on 1080p, high settings. I've never played it before. I just put it on for okay to see if it works. So I'm trying to figure out what you got to do while benchmarking it. And to see if it works with Windows 11. But I mean, it looks great. At the end of the day, we do have the latest one. I think it's Exodus or something like that, which is available, and I may buy that in the very near future, but not quite yet. So we're looking beastie in at the back there. Right. So yeah, the game works fine. Got a decent frame rate at the end of the day. Don't know how big the game is. As I said, not played it up to now. But and hey, it looks like a nice, good open world shooting game.
That helm was bad luck. Get ready for more. Another 3. Let's do it. Look, there's more in the reef.
Total War Troy. I did notice a bug on here, which I never noticed before. Now, you notice the trees may flash. Yeah, Now, I don't know if that's a Windows 11 problem, but you've got to remember, it's not been released yet and there's no official drivers. Now, I did notice that it doesn't do it in low settings, but it did do it in medium settings, because this is 1080p medium. Otherwise, it looks great at the end of the day. Again, it plays straight out of the box, no problem. Oh no, saying that, in the beginning, when I was getting the game started, the AMD driver crashed. Yeah, that's before the game actually started. At the end of the day, and once it started, it seemed to work fine. But I don't think it's necessarily down to the AMD driver. I'm actually recording this on the Elgato, and because it plays around with the refresh rates, yeah, the Elgato, I think AMD's driver is going to be a bit grumpy. Watchdogs 2, at the end of the day, we're in 1080p, low settings. It still looks fantastic. You can't moan that much. We're doing 40 frames a second. It works straight out of the box for Windows 11. I don't think the frame rate's any different from Windows 10 at the end of the day, but we're not doing a comparison. Just want to see if the game works. And it seems to work fine at the end of the day. I've not really played this game, so I can't really say well the game is, what it's like. I mean, graphically it looks lovely at the end of the day, but how good the game is, I can't say. If you look in the corner, it says this graphic card's too slow, but it seems to work fine at the end of the day. But take into consideration that Ubisoft do state officially this graphic card's too slow.
I had to throw out my kimchi. You know when you make or cook whatever something and it sucks?
I cannot stand the scene downtown.
Now you see what game engines are like. This uses the Crytek engine, or the Crysis engine, as I like to call it, and she looks absolutely fantastic. Game runs straight out of the box, no problem. We're in 1080p. We're on low settings, mind you, but it still looks fantastic for low settings. At the end of the day, I mean, can't complain.
Fabric, thread, buttons, laces. Come, people, come. Everything for the house. Garden and field. Knives, axes, weights, hoes. Get the best life.
Spotted him! Chase him down! I see something. All at once!
I showed you Shadow of War earlier on. This is the first one. At the end of the day, I mean, they're both great games. I recommend any one of them at the end of the day. I mean, the second one's a lot bigger than the first one, and you get to take castles as well. So we've got a bit of a strategy on it, but it can be a bit of a farming involved there after you get your level up on the second one. But otherwise, it's a great game. Again, this plays straight out of the box. Windows 11, can't complain. At the day, just works fine.
The Empire will be looking for us. I need to find out why I'm here.
Star Wars Battlefront 2. We finish off with old Luke Skywalker. At the end of the day, I mean, graphics are fantastic. At the end of the day, I thought the story on this was awesome. At the end of the day, I won't say what story goes on like, but I think the story in here was really, really good, and it really, really ties into the movies. Yes, I did like it. It's the first Star Wars game I've actually really played since Jedi Knight, going back in the day, because I thought Jedi Knight was the best Star Wars game of all time, and I probably still think it's the best game of all time. Well, best Star Wars game of all time. So, but yeah, fantastic game, and the day looks great. Can't go wrong, really. And it's got all sorts in it. It's not just third person hack and slash. It's got space fights in it as well, and day, but Star Destroyers and all that sort of stuff. So right, there we done. I mean, if you're going to play multiplayer on this, you definitely want a higher frame rate. So it'll be low settings and probably 720p at the end of the day, because you're not going to get very far if you don't update that frame rate. So I hope you enjoyed it. The Windows 11 test for gaming. If you have, please subscribe and please comment below. And don't forget, this is not a final test. Windows 11 has not been released yet. Don't forget.